All right, so my next guest, when it comes to the Oilers and Vegas, is a bit conflicted, and here's why. He grew up in Wasetna, that's just northeast of Edmonton, so you'd assume that he's rooting for the Oilers, but he's also a part owner of the Vegas Golden Knights. So how is this blend of teams going to work for him? Dale Wishewan is also the president and CEO of Booster Juice, so he knows all about mixing things up. He joins us now. Let's start at the beginning. I assume you grew up rooting for Edmonton. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I know it through the 80s. It goes without saying some of the best teams that we've ever seen in the NHL, and as well a 14, 16-year-old at that point, and a huge hockey fan and an Edmonton fan.
So to be of that age and to be an Edmonton fan, you enjoyed watching, as you say, some of the greatest teams ever, but you also lived through the decade of darkness. So it's not always been easy to be an Oilers fan.
No, and emotions, are up and down all the time with being an Edmonton fan.
So how did a guy from Alberta end up being a part owner of the Las Vegas Golden Knights?
Oh, no, it was almost a call out of nowhere. A good friend of mine knows our majority owner real well, and he had reached out and said there's an opportunity to be part of a team in Vegas. And without much hesitation, I jumped on board, went home that night and told my wife we were going to be part of an NHL team, and she thought it was crazy, but now we're just enjoying it so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was saying a moment ago that I was envious of our reporter being in Vegas today. I'm triply envious of you being a part owner of an NHL team. What kind of perks do you get when you're a minority owner of a team like the Knights?
Well, do you know what? There's numerous perks. A cup ring coming with winning the cup 2 years ago is one. Drinking from the cup when you win. We all do our part on paying for our tickets because there's a number of us as owners. But with that being said, a perk is just being able to take down people and experience the game maybe in a way that they wouldn't otherwise.
Okay, so let's put these two parts of your life story together. On the one hand, growing up an Oilers fan. On the other hand, being a part owner of the Vegas Golden Knights. And these two teams met in the playoffs a couple of years ago. And your mean, nasty Knights kind of beat up the Oilers and won that series. How was that for you?
Well, I've got a vested interest in the Golden Knights, so it wasn't as hard as it would seem at that point. But I share with people, it's a win-win. I can't control the outcome. If Edmonton wins, it's great for the city. It's great for a Canadian team to keep going on. And if my Golden Knights win, I have many more trips down to Vegas and having fun.
So a win-win. So on Saturday night, that shocking end to the game for Oilers fans. We're just looking at in my case, the TV screen without words. But you got to cheer the fact that Vegas won that game with whatever it was, 0.4 seconds left. And then the Oilers, fantastic. A couple of nights ago, you got to cheer them on because, you have an interest in both teams. One is an emotional interest, the other is a financial interest. What about tonight? How are you going to handle tonight?
Oh, tonight's going to be a fantastic game. Vegas has to come out strong. We have to have a great game. And, I hope it goes 6 because it's good for hockey. This is the best time of year for hockey and it's entertaining. So I hope it goes to Game 6 and a Game 7.
Well, Game 7, it will give you another home game in Vegas. That's not bad for the bottom line either. Dale, thank you very much for speaking with us. And as you say, a win-win. Either way, you have someone to cheer on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.